Hello, St. James Lutheran Church. This is your pastor. I want to speak to you for a few minutes about a little bit about where we've been, but especially about where we are going next. Obviously, the context is the COVID-19 pandemic. Until March, we were certainly a physical church. We met in this place I'm standing in right now, and we had a bit of an online presence. We have a website, maybe a little bit more than that. Physical church, online presence. Since March, we've been, I know this is a bit provocative, but we've been an online church, online worship, with a bit of a physical presence. The building's been here, but we've not been in it. However, we have come twice to receive in-person walk-up Holy Communion, so we have a physical presence. That's where it's been. Things are about to change again. The weekend of July 25th and 26th, that's the Saturday and the Sunday, on that weekend, we will be having 3 worship services here in the building, and that will be the pattern, God willing, for weeks and months ahead. It's return to the old, as it were. So a service on Saturday evening, and then 2 on Sunday morning. At the same time, we will be continuing. We're going to have worship here, but we will be continuing with our online worship. We will be doing both. So, physical church and online presence. We're doing both. What will the services in the church on that weekend and the subsequent weekends be like? It will not be exactly as before, as you can imagine. The 6-foot rule, 6-foot social distancing rule, will be in effect. 6 feet between individuals or couples and families, okay? And that means that we can get, we've calculated, 42 people sitting in the pews. If more came to a service, we can get another 12 up in the balcony. For round numbers, I'm going to call it 50, okay? That's what we'll do. We'll be here and spread out. The music will be on the organ. There might be a soloist, perhaps a duet, but there will be no congregational singing. Why? Because it's putting too much breath and droplets out into the air around us, and that's not what we're going to be doing. And so the service will be what gets called, among pastors, a service of the Word, plus Holy Communion. Service of the Word plus Holy Communion. We will wear masks, although I will not be wearing a mask when I preach. So people actually have to be, the guideline is 16 feet away from me when I'm preaching. But everyone else will be wearing a mask, and I'll be wearing one during Holy Communion. Incidentally, I had a COVID-19 test this past Friday, and I and Carol were clean as a whistle, so throw that information in. The communion, what we have will be a continuous communion. It'll be careful. It will be distanced, not unlike, I don't have to, you know what I'm saying. And we'll be using those individual cups. The times of the services will be 5:30 on Saturday evening. That's not a change from the old. 8:30 on Sunday morning, and 10:30, not 10 o'clock, but 10:30 on Sunday morning. That extra time will give us time needed to clean and wipe down between worship services. We may very well implement a reservation system. On the one hand, I think 50 people at a service in the summer, 150 total, that should be enough for our summertime worship attendance. However, what if everybody comes to the 10:30 service? Or like too many people do? In that case, we will certainly need a reservation system. So that remains to be seen. But this isn't being implemented till the end of July, so we have a little more time to work that out. This is what I want you to know. Holy Communion will be every weekend in a service of the Word plus Holy Communion, starting the last weekend of July. Let me give you some other news. The demolition and construction that we have been waiting for, it has begun. The bathrooms below me have been gutted. Part of the floor pounded out to put into new pipes. The elevator is gone. It left this morning. in the back of a truck. And then shortly after this, construction will begin to renovate those bathrooms, build a new bathroom there, and put in a new elevator. This is great. It's, by the way, it's a blessing. It's mixed, but this part is a blessing, that there's nobody here in church right now to be affected by noise, by dust, by dangerous workspace. It's giving the contractors quite a bit more freedom, so that's a good thing. But the other side, of course, of nobody being around the church is that it has put a big dent in our giving. I mentioned this in another video. For example, in May, church giving was down by $9,000. That's a big drop. It is important, therefore, I'm going to mention this, that everyone give generously in the summer months. How can you do that? If you go to the website, the church website, stjlc.com. That's like St. James Lutheran Church, but it's stjlc.com. The homepage, our first page, up in the top right, there are some words, and you'll see the word give. You click on give, and then it gives you a couple of options to give electronically, or of course you can mail a check into the church. It is important that we not be lax about this. We really, I mean, if every month were to be down by $9,000, let's not even think about that. Let's just fix that up. Okay. Later, that's just for the normal operating costs of the church. Later, for this new construction and stuff, we are going to be launching a major fundraiser where we're looking to raise $100,000 over and above what we normally do. But that will be coming up later, much later. But please be praying about this now and how you might give generously to that. One final thing I want to deal with: why not start the in-person, in the sanctuary worship right now? It is because most of our staff are taking the first 2 weeks of July off for vacation. And Ryan and I and our families, and Christine as well, we have to go at the same time because Ryan is the one who records this. I'm the one who gives the messages. We all go at the same time. Pam Orenstein will still be in the office. So we're going to take a vacation, and I'm leaving on Monday. When we get back mid-July, we will get this all together to be in worship on our first service back will be Saturday, July 25th. Incidentally, July 25th is St. James Day, the church for the saint for whom the Apostle James, for whom we are named, our congregation, and that will be our first day back, Saturday night, July 25th, and then the Sunday next day. So let's look forward to that. God is with us. God is getting us through this challenges, but it's just more and more ways for God to prove his grace and blessing and his leadership as we listen to him in this time. God bless you and have a safe and faith-filled summer. Amen.